The story begins in a magical world where some children are born with special powers. Here we meet Nori, who has always felt different from other kids since childhood. When Nori was just 7 years old, one day she is looking outside from her bedroom window. Suddenly her eyes land on a cat standing in the garden, and something strange starts happening to her. Whiskers begin to grow on her face, and she slowly transforms into a form just like that cat. Just then, her father walks into the room and sees that wings are also growing out of Nori's back. In that very moment, it becomes clear that Nori has a very unusual kind of magical ability inside her. On the other side, 6 years later, Nori has now grown up and is about to go to Sage Academy with her best friend Reina, which is a very famous magical school. Reina has the power to control fire, but she lacks confidence in herself. Meanwhile, Nori is always encouraging her, telling her that she can do anything. But Nori's own magic is also a bit strange. Whenever she transforms into an animal, instead of becoming one, she accidentally mixes 2 to 3 animals together into a weird hybrid that she cannot fully control. On the other side, a few weeks later, Nori and Reina arrive at the bus stop with other children to go to Sage Academy. Just then, a mysterious man suddenly appears from behind a tree and says he has come to take them to their new magical school. All the children say goodbye to their parents and follow that man into the forest. After a short while, they discover a magical portal that leads directly to Sage Academy. One by one, all the children jump into the portal and reach the school. As soon as they arrive, they realize that their phones are not working anymore. Just then, the school principal Linda arrives and tells all the children that they will be divided into 5 different groups based on their powers. Some children can talk to animals, some can pull objects with their hands, some can control fire, some can fly, and some can transform into any animal they want. On the other side, before classes begin, all the children are tested so they can be placed into the right groups based on their powers. First comes the test for the flares, where the kids have to light a candle placed 2 meters away. A boy named Philip takes his test and passes, but when Elliot's turn comes, instead of lighting the candle, he only manages to create smoke, which disappoints the professors. Then it's Reina's turn, and she does something amazing. She lights the candle using just her little finger, proving that she has incredible power inside her. After that, the fuzzies are tested, where the children have to talk to a dog and understand its responses. Only those who can understand it properly are able to pass. In the third test, the kids have to pull a flower pot towards themselves using their power, but when a girl named Pepper tries, instead of pulling it, she pushes it so hard that it crashes straight into the wall. Because of this, she is marked as failed. After that comes the flying test, where the children have to stay in the air for 30 seconds. But something very different happens with Andre. The moment he takes off his heavy bag, he suddenly flies uncontrollably and crashes straight into the ceiling, unable to come down. In the end, the professors use a ladder to somehow bring him back down. On the other side, now it's Nori's group's turn. In this test, the children have to look at a cat and transform into exactly the same form for 6 seconds. But the moment Nori uses her power, she doesn't just turn into a cat. Within seconds, wings also grow out of her back. Seeing this, all the professors are shocked, because once again Nori is unable to control her magic, and this is exactly what makes her different from the rest. On the other side, after the tests are over, Nori also receives a card just like the other children. When all the kids gather in the field and open their cards, they finally find out which group they belong to. Reina opens her card and sees that she has been placed in the Flares group, meaning the ones who can control fire, and this makes her extremely happy. But when Nori opens her card, she is left shocked, because instead of any normal group name, it only says UDM on it. Nori has no idea what this group even means. After this, the principal tells all the children to go to the cafeteria and collect their uniforms, but Nori is sent on a different path, one that has a UDM sign marked on it. On the other side, as Nori walks along that path, she reaches a separate headquarters hidden deep in the forest. There, Bud welcomes her and takes her into an underground classroom. When Nori steps inside, she meets a few other kids who, just like her, failed their tests. She is told that these children are not trained in magic. Instead, they are taught like normal kids. Hearing this makes Nori angry. She questions why they cannot learn magic like everyone else. Just then, Principal Linda arrives and reveals the truth, that UDM stands for Upside Down Magic, meaning children whose magical powers don't work properly and have no real use. Linda clearly says that these kids will never be able to control their magic, so it's better for them to stay here, slowly forget their powers, and live a normal life. Principal Linda then talks about an old incident. She says that years ago, a boy named Resin Roberts had fallen under the influence of shadow magic. It was a dangerous, dark magic that was only used to harm others. The situation became so bad that the professors and students had to come together to trap him inside a special magical book, because shadow magic cannot do anything on its own. It needs a human body to survive. Linda further explains that this shadow magic mainly targets UDM children. That is why they are kept separate from the others and are not allowed to use magic, so that they slowly forget their powers and never become a danger. pleasure. On the other side, from that same day, the selected children begin their classes. That's when Reina finds out that in just a few weeks the Academy will host a big event called Founders Day. On this special occasion, 5 children will get a chance to showcase their magic in front of the entire Academy. For this, 2 of the best students from each group will be selected, and then they will compete against each other. The one who wins will perform on stage. After this, the first Flares class begins, where Professor Argon gives Reina a task to turn corn kernels into popcorn using her magic. Reina feels a little nervous at first, but she still manages to use her magic properly. Just then, Philip starts making fun of her, which makes Reina even more nervous, and in that moment of panic she loses control and all the popcorn burns. Seeing this, Professor Argon scolds her harshly, which makes Reina feel even worse. On the other side, outside the class, a young girl named Chandra is watching everything, and there's a strange smile on her face, as if she is enjoying all of this. The next morning, Bud takes his UDM students to the garden and tells them that he has a surprise for them. As soon as he opens the shed door, Nori gets excited seeing the brooms. She thinks that today she's going to learn how to fly, but the moment she sits on the broom and tries to fly, she falls straight to the ground. That's when she realizes that these are not magical brooms, but just normal ones, and they are only meant to clean the garden. On the other side, Nori walks with her broom to the area where the other children's class is going on. There she sees a professor teaching the students how to transform into a specific kind of cat. That's when Nori learns that on the upcoming Founders Day, one child will get a chance to show their magic in front of the whole school. Hearing this, Nori comes up with a plan. She decides that she will also practice and show her talent so she can get a chance to learn magic like the others. After this, Nori quietly moves closer to the class and starts observing the cat carefully. She memorizes every small detail and movement so she can become exactly like it, but suddenly, she once again loses control over her powers, and instead of turning into a cat, she transforms into a strange hybrid animal. Seeing this, the professor immediately calls Bud and tells him to handle Nori. Otherwise, if the principal finds out, it will create a huge problem. On the other side, during lunch, Nori tells her friends that she has carefully studied everything about that cat, and now she just needs to practice controlling her body. Meanwhile, Reina also notices Nori and goes to meet her. But just then, Professor Argon stops her, because the school rules say that children from different groups are not allowed to interact too much. In the next class, Philip uses his power brilliantly and easily turns the kernels into popcorn. Seeing this, the professor becomes very happy and chooses him as the best student of the class. Meanwhile, as Reina is walking through the corridor, Chandra comes up to her and praises her a lot. Before leaving, she says that if Reina wants to make her powers even better, she can help her. On the other side, Reina truly wanted to become the best, so she starts studying in the library even at night. Suddenly, a black book falls down from the shelf on its own. When Reina picks it up, she realizes that it is a book of shadow magic. The moment she opens it, all the lights in the library go out, and the atmosphere turns creepy. Reina immediately understands that she made a mistake, so she quickly puts the book back and starts to leave. But then